Do not attempt this build unless you have extensive welding and engineering abilities. We are going to make a chassis stand for our hot rod. We're going to mount it right back here on those two bolts that hold the lower control arm. Then we're going to move on up here and we're going to mount it to the lower bolt of the front control arm. We'll go to the hardware store and get some longer bolts, probably just mild steel. They're large enough, they're something like 5/8. They'll hold the full weight of the car easy enough. This will put the car up at about waist height to work on, and we'll be able to rotate the car to work on the bottom of it so we're not laying on the floor. So, with this in mind, let's get started. I have two engine stands. Step is, we've got to flip over the back bar because we need swivel wheels on all sides of this. This will be on the front end. This way we're able to steer it and bring it out away from the wall and then put it back. So you need to flip over this bar, drill some 1/2-inch holes to put in your swivel wheels, and then we'll mount that right here to the bottom of this brace. This gives us a little bit more clearance to flip our chassis over. This is the basic shape. This is exactly the shape that I'm going to use for the front end. This will give me a lot more clearance for my spindles to go down into that hole so I can get almost a full rotation on the chassis to be able to do anything on the bottom I want to without laying on the ground. This is taken, of course, that second bar comes from a second kit. The rear will be a little bit different. The rear, I'm going to use angle irons that I have out in the back, and I'll do the same thing. I'll weld them off to the side, but I can't find nice heavy-duty casters. So what I'll do is I'll just put the solid casters on the rear, and I'll put the steerable ones on the front. This way I'm able to turn the chassis out and kind of drive it out away from the wall. As you can see, because of lack of room, I've got it over against the wall. Right now we have it on these dollies, so I can slide it over, work on the right-hand side, slide it back to give me a little bit more room in my garage, and when we work on the left side of it. So I want to keep the same functionality when I make my rotisserie. We'll see how it comes out. You never know. Alrighty, we'll give you some more when it's fully completed. A little suggestion for everybody who wants to do this or uses these engine stands. These wheels have all steel parts in them. You'll want to make sure you grease the daylights out of them. Okay, you want to grease the sleeve, get it down in there, get it nice and sloppy, and you want to grease your bolt because these are going to rust, even if they're sitting in your garage. So before you get them, make sure you grease them up really well. They'll work a lot better, they'll work a lot smoother for you, and they'll work for a long time. Also, don't forget to lubricate this up here, because that's going to get grime and crap inside of it, and it's going to gum it up. So you want to make sure I use a dry lubricant. It works very, very well. It's from WD-40. It's a any kind of a dry lubricant, Surflon, any of those. You can even use PB Blaster if you want. All right, don't use WD-40. WD-40 is a solvent, not a lubricant. So you want to make sure you use PB Blaster, which is actually a lubricant. So this side has a little bit longer legs on it, but as you can see, she's completely sideways. I made the mount a little different than the back. I used a piece of 3/8 plate, drilled the holes, bolted them to the lower control arms. I used 1/2-inch grade 8 bolts, and I bolted them to the plate. Now if you look at your chassis, you can notice that the engine sits a little bit high. So once you put the engine in, things may change. I may have to rebuild some of this. And then you can see the little T-beams on each one got welded to the bottom leg of the other mount. And it came out really, really nice. These have straight wheels, those have pivoting wheels. This one I was able to use the brackets that are supplied with the engine stands. And I was drilled them out to the 5/8 hole that they need, put them through. Everything else is stock. This upright is stock. This leg going across is stock. All I did was weld on these two pieces, one on each side, from each kit. And then I put the straight wheels. I had to make a bracket, of course. You could always cut them off if you wanted to. I didn't bother. What I did on the front one was just flip the thing over, drill a hole, and put the pivoting wheels. This way I can move it around in the shop and get it off to the side where it's a lot easier to work on. So there it is. If you need more pictures, you can... Okay, there's the front mount, mounted using the lower control arm bolts right here. There's enough meat to hold them in. I got some 1/2" grade 8 bolts here. You have to drop the frame down because your motor mounts are going to sit right about here. And if you mount it using those holes, you're going to be way too high. Your center of gravity is going to be way too high. So you got to drop the frame down so you get your center of gravity very close, and then it'll be very easy to maneuver. There's the rack. We just got to pick the thing up, put it in that hole, grease it very generously, and see what happens. We're gonna work on the back one now, get that one finished up. Once we do, we'll hook it up to our lift. We'll lift the whole chassis up, we'll slide her on in and see what happens. See you next time. My current setup for the rotisserie had to be modified. As you notice, the bar right here has been lengthened. What happened was the hubs right here would not clear the sides. So I needed to make it wider so I could rotate fully around. We did this so we could run brake lines, so I don't have to lay on the floor. It's currently 30 degrees outside, and I don't want to lay on the floor. So on the back, I did the same thing. I widened everything in anticipation of my rear axle being installed and the hubs being right around here to give me the clearance I need for full rotation. I need to clear my brakes. The brakes just went in today, so I've got to figure this out, but it looks good so far. I can flip the car right over. I'm sure this will work with other factory 5 cars. It'll probably work with the 35 truck, and I imagine it would work for the Roadster with a little bit of a modification here to get everything mounted correctly. See you soon.